Right, hi, well, as you can see, it's a beautiful day. Beautiful Monday today. Still without a job, so got a day to play. Haven't done much on the bike over the weekend because the weather's been too nice. Just been out riding with mates and stuff. Trip down to sunny Honey and out and about yesterday. So yeah, today back in on the America. And what I thought was going to be a pretty easy job, which was just wiring in the new indicators. I don't know if you've seen them yet. These are obviously not the mounting positions for them, are they? But it's the indicators that we picked up off Fleabay for, I think it's about 12 quid postage, and they're great. They're very bright, but I have encountered one minor problem with them. And that is, right, if we turn them on, you can see nice and bright, but look, they're both flashing, which is not great, unless you want permanent hazard lights. Now, I'll leave that turned on for a second. Now the relay that I've put, it's still loose under there because obviously I haven't finished working all this out yet. The relay that's under there has regulated the flash rate because obviously LEDs have less of a draw. But something I picked up, and I can't remember the chap's name, but loads of people out yesterday at Crazy Horse and chatting to another fellow Triumph owner, and he'd encountered a similar problem and showed me the solution. Basically, you'll notice I've popped out the indicator idiot light, and if I just put the camera down here for a second, so I can't do this, and now then, if I wiggle out the bulb, and then see, well, obviously I've got them wired the wrong way. Well, that one should be on that side, but you can see they then start working as they should do. Now this is because, and I've severely limited electrical knowledge, but this is because, as far as I understand it, the bulb that fits in here is one of them will earth and the other is live, depending, and that will switch, I think, each time you click them back and forth. So with the draw of the current on these, having just one idiot light for your indicators, if you had two, like one for left, one for right, you'd be okay. But because it's wired in this one way, you can either run it without the idiot light, which is possibly an MOT fail, and also just really annoying if you forget to turn your indicators off, and dangerous. There is a diode kit which I've found out about. Matchless, I think, a chap on Tinterweb has a diode kit that you can splice in, which solves this problem. Or I could just nip up to Halfords and pick up a set of the same sort of indicators I've got on mine, just not LED bulb ones. I mean, no massive loss on these, really. I mean, it'd be handy to have a spare set, you know, always hang on to bits and bobs for future projects. So I'm a little bit undecided as to what to do yet, because obviously I wanted to get that done, buttoned up, have all this front end done. But if that means I've got to wait to get this diode kit and then work out how to get all that working, that's a bit of a pain in the backside, whereas I could get it all done this afternoon. So what I'm going to do is, Jen's home about 1:30 today. I'll run it past her and see what she thinks, and I think I'm going to have a bit more of a look at the tank and that's more important, I think. So that's where we're up to. Right, so job number one, I think, is just take the old fuel tap off the America original tank, which, if all goes to plan, will be up for sale soon if anyone needs an America tank. But let's not put it on eBay just yet. So let's pop the camera down somewhere. Get that on. Bloke's just walked past the shed and heard me talking to myself, probably thinks I'm completely mental. There's a tiny bit of fuel in, so that's why you'll notice for the first time in ages I'm not actually smoking whilst doing a job. I am being a little bit more sensible than I normally am. Right, moment of truth. Did try and fuse the same fuel taps for all their models. Ah, yes, they do, thank goodness. Well, that I'm happy about. Because that would have sucked ass if I had to get another one. Bring it closer. Go. So that's okay. That's nice. Okie dokie. Right, that's that done. So I'll go and put this somewhere safe that I'm not going to kick it, and then let's have a look at relocating some of the relays and bits and bobs. Right then, with what's been ages of pissing around, we're a tiny bit closer to getting the tank to fit on with everything else. We're at the moment, so I've had to get undo as much of the loom, so I've got a lot of retaping back up. And it's trial and error every time you move something and you think, right, that'll fit there, will the tank go? And then try and move it again. The horn's sitting there, I've angled that in a little bit. I've got to cable tie the loom back up there once I've cleaned it all up. The relays will sit on top like that, and that's enough room for them. And then yeah, the next thing is just working out the bolt situation there. But yeah, it's literally just hours of pissing around and just trying to figure out where the best place to put things is. But yeah, I shall keep well, I won't keep filming it all because it's mind-numbing, but I'll show you. I'll keep you updated as I go along. Right, okay, so we've relocated, rewrapped, retied, retaped. Thank God for cable ties, but this is where we're at on the spine now to allow the tank to fit. So I've tidied up all the wiring loom here. A couple of big beef cable ties just to hold it up. The CDI unit, I think it's a CDI unit, is now, let's get around the other side, now located there. The relays, which are all sticking out here, are now cable tied here, and they're actually a bit more beef than they were on there. The old alarm blanking plugs cable tied down there, and the tank fits on beautifully. Now the only thing to address is these two holes here. Just nipped. Jen came home and I mentioned our indicator issue, and she said, nah, stuff that, I can't be bothered waiting to get any more bits. So she went up to Halfords and picked herself out some itsy bitsy little mini egg indicators. So I'm going to pop those on now, and yeah, I'll have indicators. I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to place them on the back yet, whether they'll go, did think about there, that's where I had them before, but now with the side mount you're not going to see one of them. That's going to obscure it, which then defeats the object of it. So yeah, I have a bit more thinking around of where I'm going to place those. Might even drill some holes in the side there, who knows. I'd really like to get the seat on it, just to get a better idea. So still got to do a bit more fine sanding and then spray that up. But hey, it's getting a wee bit closer. Right, as you can see, the headlights on. New indicators are in place. They're not in place on the back, they're just connected up, because I haven't decided exactly where they're going to go. That will depend when all the seat goes on, but we have all our lights working, and oh, that's the horn working. There's light in working, main beam, low beam, everything good. Right, so that I'm all happy with. Everything's working electric wise. So it is now really no getting away. With the battery out of the way. There's no getting away from the old mounting points. It's the only thing that's stopping. Right, I've been, for want of a better word, fucking around with the different bolts and thinner ones, and I don't want to compromise anything, so I'm sticking with these that I've got, which are the shortest M12s that I can get, or get away with rather, short of starting to grind the heads off them, which will just be a pain in the arse to get stuff off if I want. I'm resorting to method 2, which is attempting to widen the tunnel in the tank. So it's pretty brutal. I'm a little bit apprehensive. I've tried to get a car trolley jack in there, but it's the one I've got is it's too wide. So I'm going to try and hammer the blocks of wood in, because they're tight fit, and then start watching and widen it open by distributing a few of those along there. So fuck, wish me luck. actually getting there. I'll just do a quick look. That's just tape I've used to cover up the where the fuel tap is. It's a little scrape I made with the bolt earlier, but I can touch that in. But actually, largely, absolutely no damage to the tank or distortion. And according to my measurements, that tunnel now is about, sorry, pretty crap zoom on this, but it's about a 9.5. I want plenty of clearance. So let's give that a go. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, it fucking worked. Fucking hell. Done it. Ah, as long as a job. There we go. Tank is on. With everything bolted up. Actually, not quite the end. I've just wheeled her out for do a bit of spray painting on the rear mudguard because that's off, but the number plate's on. And rear indicators I've decided to stick there, so it's neatened up that wiring. It's looking pretty mean. Right, carry on with this mudguard now.